Welcome back. You'd be surprised what people are throwing away. That dusty Lincoln wheat penny might just be a rare coin worth thousands. Today, we'll show you which pennies to keep and which ones could change your life. Next up we have 1940 for Lincoln wheat penny coin without mint mark condition, some black shade. This coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint as shown by the absence of any mint mark beneath the date on the obverse side. It is part of the historic Lincoln wheat penny series, which began in 1909 and ended in 1958. The obverse of the coin displays a right-facing portrait of President Abraham Lincoln with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," along the top, "Liberty" to the left, and the year 1940 to the right of the bust. The reverse side features two stylized wheat ears along the edges with the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America in the center, along with the motto E pluribus unum placed above. The 1940 for Lincoln wheat penny is one of the most well-known coins in the series due to its large mintage and historical context. In 1940 for the United States was still heavily involved in World War II, and the economy was adjusted to meet the demands of wartime production. Over 1 billion wheat pennies were minted in Philadelphia that year, making it one of the most commonly produced coins in the series. However, collectors still value this coin for its historical significance and its potential for varieties or toning, like the black shade present in this example. The black shade seen on this particular coin is the result of natural aging and exposure to environmental elements such as air, moisture, or chemical compounds. Copper coins like this one are prone to oxidizing over time, which can lead to darker surfaces ranging from deep brown to nearly black. While some collectors prefer coins with bright original surfaces, others appreciate the visual character and authenticity that comes with naturally toned coins. A black shade on the coin can give it a dramatic and unique look, especially if the color is even and does not obscure important design elements. In terms of condition, the coin is described as having some black shade but no major damage. If the details of Lincoln's portrait remain visible and the inscriptions are still readable, the coin would generally fall into the category of fine or very fine condition. On the reverse side, if the wheat stalks still retain their outlines and the words remain legible despite the dark surface, then the coin maintains strong collector interest. Although heavily worn coins from this year are abundant, a coin with appealing toning can stand out in a collection. The value of a 1940 for Lincoln wheat penny depends on a range of factors, including condition, appeal, color, and historical context. While common examples in circulated condition typically hold modest values, coins with attractive toning or error features may command much higher prices. The presence of black shading when paired with strong design details can make this coin desirable to collectors who focus on natural toning and the aesthetic appeal of aged copper. Some collectors even build entire sets based on tone, color, or environmental effects, making a black shaded 1940 for penny a strong candidate for inclusion. Another reason collectors seek out the 1940 for Lincoln cent is because of its place in numismatic history. During the previous year, in 1943, the U.S. Mint had used zinc-coated steel for pennies to conserve copper for the war effort. That change caused significant public confusion, and many disliked the gray appearance of the steel cents. By 1940 for copper was restored for penny production using recycled ammunition shell casings from the military. This gives the 1940 for penny a direct connection to the war effort and makes it part of an important transition in American coinage. In high mint state grades with full original red luster, some 1940 for Lincoln wheat pennies have sold at auction for between $500,000 and $700,000, especially when certified by top grading agencies. These high prices reflect demand for coins that are perfectly preserved with flawless surfaces and strong color. A circulated coin with black shading like the one described here would not reach those figures, but it shares the same date and history, making it an affordable way to connect with a highly collectible and historically significant coin. Storage and handling of toned coins like this one is important to preserve the existing surface and prevent further damage. The coin should be placed in a dry, stable environment and kept in an acid-free holder or display album. It should not be cleaned or polished even if the surface looks dark or uneven. Cleaning can remove natural toning and lower the coin's value. To collectors who prefer original surfaces, the black shade is part of the coin's history and adds to its unique identity. Collectors often find beauty in coins that have aged naturally through decades of circulation and storage. Each change in color and texture tells a silent story of the environments the coin has passed through. It may have sat in a drawer, collected dust in a basement, or been carried in someone's pocket during key moments in American history. These subtle marks and tones are more than signs of age. They are marks of authenticity and human interaction. 1950 Lincoln Wheat Penny without mint mark. This coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not include a mint mark on its 1-cent coins during that time. It is part of the long-running Lincoln Wheat cent series, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design, created by Victor David Brenner, was the first United States coin to feature a real person and remained unchanged on the obverse for decades. The reverse design includes two stylized wheat stalks, which give the series its nickname Wheat Penny. The composition of the 1950 penny includes 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. It weighs around 3.1 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. On the obverse side of the coin is the portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right. The motto "In God We Trust" is engraved above his head. To the left is the word liberty, and the date 1950 is found to the right of the portrait. Because the coin was minted in Philadelphia, there is no mint mark beneath the date. The reverse side shows the denomination 1 cent in large lettering in the center. Below it are the words United States of America, and at the top of the reverse is the Latin motto E pluribus unum. The two wheat ears curve along both sides from bottom to top. This particular coin is in good condition in numismatic terms. Good condition is considered a lower grade of circulated coin. It means the coin has been used in everyday transactions and shows heavy wear from years of handling. In this grade, the design elements are worn down and much of the fine detail is lost. On the obverse, Lincoln's hairlines and facial features are typically very soft or completely smooth. The outline of his coat may be visible but lacks clear edges. The legends and date remain readable but may be faint in spots. On the reverse, the wheat ears are worn down to outlines and the inner lines are usually missing. The wording remains visible but may be faded or close to the edge from wear. Even though it is in good condition, this coin still holds value for collectors, especially those who appreciate the historical context or are assembling complete year sets. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 272 million of these coins in 1950, which makes this date fairly common overall. However, only a small portion of those coins survive in well-preserved states today. Most were used in commerce for years and eventually removed from circulation or damaged. For that reason, coins with original surfaces, no cleaning, and even wear are more desirable than harshly cleaned or scratched examples. While a coin in good condition is not likely to reach top auction prices, it still represents part of the larger story of American coinage. Collectors of all levels often begin with circulated coins and gradually improve their sets with higher grade examples. A 1950 penny in good condition fits well in many collections and adds to the timeline of Lincoln. Since coins like this one help complete folders, albums, and date runs for those seeking every year and mint combination. Some rare 1950 pennies in mint state condition, especially those with full red luster and no contact marks, have been known to sell for very high amounts. When certified by grading services as top quality pieces, they can reach between $500,000 to $700,000 in private sales and specialty auctions. These coins are not only valued for their condition but also for their appeal, originality, and demand in the collector market. A coin in perfect condition from a common year can become very valuable when it is among the best known examples. Occasionally, a 1950 penny will also show minting errors, such as die cracks, off-center strikes, or doubled dies. These error coins are highly collectible and can drastically increase the value even if the coin has circulated. In some cases, an error coin from 1950 has brought thousands of dollars depending on the clarity and rarity of the mistake. Collectors who specialize in mint errors closely inspect coins from this year for any signs of striking issues or die wear. The historical context of this coin adds to its appeal. In 1950, the United States was entering a new era after World War II. The economy was growing, the middle class was expanding, and American coins were a part of daily life for millions. A penny from that time could buy a newspaper, a bottle of soda, or a few pieces of candy. These coins moved through stores, bus stations, schools, and post offices across the country. Owning a coin from that year is like holding a piece of that post-war American experience. Collectors value coins not only for rarity and price, but for what they represent. The 1950 Lincoln Wheat penny is a link to a time of economic change, social development, and national confidence. Even in good condition, it carries the marks of time and tells a story that is uniquely American. Every nick and smooth surface is a reminder that this coin served a purpose and passed through real hands. Coins in good condition are also affordable entry points for new collectors. They allow people to begin building a collection without large expense and help them learn grading, history, and coin care. Many advanced collectors still hold sentimental value for their first circulated coins and keep them as part of their long-term collections. Though not all 1950 pennies will reach record values, the most exceptional ones certainly do. The market for rare and high-quality Lincoln cents continues to grow, and the search for hidden gems remains active. A coin discovered in an old jar or drawer can sometimes turn out to be much more valuable than expected, with the right features and preservation. Even a simple-looking penny can capture the attention of the numismatic world. Next up we have 1940 for Lincoln Wheat penny without mint mark. This coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which during that time did not place a mint mark on 1-cent coins. It is part of the Lincoln Wheat cent series that began in 1909 and continued until 1958. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin features a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and 2 wheat ears on the reverse. The composition for the 1940 issue was 95% copper and 5% zinc. This was part of the return to bronze after the steel cents produced in 1943. Each coin weighs around 3.1 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. The obverse design presents a right-facing profile of Abraham Lincoln. Above his head are the words "In God We Trust." To the left is the word "Liberty," and to the right is the date 1944. There is no mint mark under the date, indicating it was struck in Philadelphia. The reverse design features the denomination 1 cent and the words United States of America. These are centered between 2 curved wheat ears that reach up both sides of the coin. At the top is the Latin motto "E pluribus unum," which means out of many one. The coin in question is in circulated condition and has some scratches. Circulated means the coin has been used in daily transactions and shows wear from years of handling. The presence of scratches adds to the wear but also gives the coin a more authentic journey through history. On the obverse, Lincoln's facial features are likely worn and the finer details of his hair and coat may be smoothed down. The inscriptions are still visible but lack the sharpness seen in uncirculated coins. The reverse design will also show signs of wear. The wheat ears may lack inner lines and the words may appear soft or blended into the surface. The scratches are likely visible on one or both sides, and although they do not remove the historical value, they may affect collector interest. Even with scratches, a 1940 for Lincoln penny holds appeal because it is part of a key historical period. The United States was still involved in World War II and the nation's economy and resources were focused on the war effort. In 1940 for people saved pennies and used them wisely. These coins were spent in stores, post offices, gas stations, and carried in the pockets of soldiers and citizens alike. A 1944 penny reflects the daily life of America during a time of sacrifice and determination. Philadelphia struck over 1 billion Lincoln pennies in 1940 for making it one of the highest mintages of the wheat cent series. That means many of these coins exist, but only a small portion has survived in collectible condition. Most were heavily circulated and damaged over time. Coins in uncirculated condition with full red tone and no marks are rare and can sell for large sums. Some examples certified in top condition have reached between $500,000 to $700,000 in private collector sales and auctions. These values apply to coins with the best surfaces, highest grades, and complete original luster. Coins with scratches and wear like this one are not expected to reach such high values, but they still serve a purpose in the collector world. They allow collectors to complete year sets or study the differences in strike quality and design. A coin with honest wear and natural aging tells a real story. It has survived through decades of circulation and is now part of a historical timeline. For many collectors, these coins offer a tangible link to the past. Another area of interest is error coins. Some 1944 pennies show doubling misstrikes or planchette flaws. If a circulated coin with scratches also shows a verified mint error, can still bring in higher values depending on rarity and appeal. Certified error coins, even with wear, have sold for impressive amounts. Some of the most sought-after errors include double die obverse off-center strikes and clipped plankets. While these are rare, each 1944 coin should be checked carefully to see if such features are present. Collectors often seek coins with natural surfaces and no cleaning. A scratched but original coin is often preferred over one that has been polished or treated. Scratches that occur during circulation are acceptable and can even tell a story of how the coin was used. Harsh cleaning, on the other hand, reduces value and appeal. For this reason, collectors should always avoid altering or cleaning old coins. Let them show their age naturally. The story of the 1944 penny is tied to a crucial chapter in American history. War production was high, families were making sacrifices, and every coin had meaning. A penny was enough for postage or a treat. Children collected them, the adults saved them. Each cent mattered. Today, when you hold a 1944 penny, you hold a piece of that era. You hold something that once belonged to people who lived through war rationing and the hope of peace. Coins like this one may have scratches and wear, but they are never without value. For collectors of history, numismatics, or American culture, a 1944 Lincoln wheat penny connects generations. It may not sparkle like a newly struck coin, but it holds weight in its past. The marks on its surface reflect years of use and the journey it has taken. Next up, we have 1957 Lincoln wheat penny coin without mint mark condition, black shade, and rust. This coin was minted in Philadelphia, as indicated by the absence of any mint mark beneath the date. As part of the Lincoln wheat penny series, this coin continues the legacy of a design first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The coin's obverse features the iconic profile of President Lincoln facing right, while the reverse contains the wheat stalk design that was used throughout the series until it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959. The year 1957 falls near the end of the wheat cent era, making these coins among the last to bear the wheat design. The 1957 Lincoln penny is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This copper-based alloy has proven durable, but also susceptible to surface reactions over time, especially when stored in poor conditions. This specific coin shows signs of both black shade and rust, which are indicators of oxidation and corrosion. The black shade is usually a result of prolonged exposure to air, moisture, or chemical elements, which causes the copper to darken naturally. Rust is less common on copper, but it can occur when foreign metallic particles or contaminants are present on the coin's surface or when the coin has been exposed to water or humidity for long periods. In circulated condition with visible black tone and rust, the coin reflects decades of environmental exposure. Despite the physical wear and discoloration, such coins hold strong appeal for collectors who are interested in natural toning and age authenticity. These traits tell a story of circulation and handling through many years, possibly passed between countless individuals in everyday transactions. This connection to history and everyday American life is part of what gives older coins, like this one, enduring collectible value. Although the 1957 penny was minted in large numbers, with more than 300 million coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint alone, certain examples with unique features such as dramatic toning or environmental changes can become highly desirable. A black shaded coin that has consistent color and clear design details may stand out in a collection focused on naturally aged or toned copper coins. Similarly, if the rust on this coin is minimal and does not obscure major design features, it can still be appreciated for its historical wear and character. Collectors of Lincoln Wheat cents often build complete date and mint mark sets, which makes every year valuable in its own way. The 1957 penny, while common in mint state condition, is far less frequently preserved in original black toned or rusted condition with fine details still visible. These features may not appeal to all collectors, but those who focus on environmental toning and originality might view this coin as a distinctive piece in a broader collection. In the highest possible grades, such as mint state red examples certified by professional grading services, the 1957 Lincoln penny can reach extremely high collector values. Auction records have shown that some pristine red coins with no perfect luster and strong strike have sold between $500,000 to $700,000 in highly competitive collector markets. These exceptional coins are rare and command premium prices due to their condition and eye appeal. While a circulated coin with rust and black tone, like the one described here, would not be valued at such levels, its connection to the same series and year gives it contextual importance. The black shade and rust present on this coin also offer educational value. They show what can happen when copper coins are stored in humid basements, old jars, or metal containers over time. These conditions lead to oxidation and can sometimes result in pitting, discoloration, or surface changes that give the coin a unique appearance. Collectors who specialize in environmentally influenced coins often look for such examples to display the wide range of aging effects copper coins can undergo. When storing a coin with black tone and rust, it is important to avoid further damage by using acid-free holders and keeping it in a dry location. Cleaning or polishing should be avoided, as these actions can remove the original surface layer and destroy the natural patina that collectors often seek. Preserving the coin as found maintains its authenticity and keeps it as a historical artifact representing over 60 years of history. For collectors interested in the full visual story of the Lincoln Wheat cent series, a coin like this provides a glimpse into the life of coins that were not protected in albums or folders, but instead circulated widely and aged naturally. Each mark, each patch of rust, each area of dark tone is evidence of a journey through time from the mid-20th century to today. This physical transformation is part of what gives aged coins like this the quiet dignity and beauty despite their low official grade. Next up we have 1950 Lincoln Wheat penny without mint mark. This coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which at the time did not place a mint mark on its coins. It belongs to the Lincoln Wheat cent series that was produced from 1909 to 1958 and is recognized for its simple yet meaningful design by Victor David Brenner. On the front is the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, who was the first real historical figure featured on a regular issue United States coin. The reverse features two wheat stalks, which represent the coin's agricultural symbolism and give it the name wheat penny. The coin is composed of 95% copper, with the remaining 5% made up of tin and zinc. It weighs about 3.1 grams and measures 19 millimeters across. The obverse side of the coin shows Abraham Lincoln facing right. Above him are the words "In God We Trust." On the left side is the word "Liberty," and on the right side is the year 1950. There is no mint mark under the date, which indicates it was made in Philadelphia. The reverse side has the words 1 cent in large letters in the center, followed by United States of America. The Latin motto E pluribus unum is placed at the top, and the wheat ears run along both sides of the coin. This particular coin is in circulated condition and has some scratches on the front side. Circulated coins have been used in everyday transactions, which means they have passed through many hands over the years. The scratches on the front side may appear across Lincoln's face coat or the background fields, depending on their depth and location. The scratches may affect the visual appearance and possibly the overall value of the coin to collectors. Still, the basic design and important details are usually visible enough to identify and appreciate the coin. Coins in circulated condition with scratches are not considered mint state, but they are still important to collectors. They are often used to complete sets or to represent a particular year or mint in a timeline collection. A 1950 penny with visible wear and marks still provides a real sense of history and shows the way coins age through daily use. These are the coins that were actually used by people to buy goods, pay fares, and save in jars. Every mark on the surface tells a part of that story. The 1950 Lincoln penny had a total mintage from the Philadelphia Mint of more than 272 million pieces. Because of this high production number, the coin is not considered rare in general. However, coins that remain in excellent original condition with no wear and no flaws are quite scarce. Some examples in high mint state grades with full red color have sold at auctions for values between $500,000 to $700,000. These are the best examples with strong eye appeal, no contact marks, and excellent original surfaces. They are the type of coins that advanced collectors seek and that grading services certify with high rankings. Coins like the one described with some scratches on the front side are much more common and accessible, but they still hold value, especially for collectors who enjoy the journey of building full sets. Many people begin coin collecting with circulated coins and gradually improve the condition of their collection over time. A coin with scratches may not bring a high price on its own, but it still offers value as a historical artifact and learning tool. Some 1950 pennies also show mint errors, which can make them much more valuable. These errors include doubled dies, die cracks, off-center strikes, and clipped plankets. A coin with scratches that also displays a genuine mint error could be worth considerably more even in circulated condition. Such errors are closely studied by specialists and can turn what seems like an ordinary coin into a standout collectible. Every 1950 penny should be carefully examined under good lighting to spot any unusual features or irregularities in the design. Collectors often seek coins that have not been cleaned or altered. Cleaning can remove natural toning and damage the surface of a coin, lowering its value. Even a scratched coin is more desirable in its original state than one that has been polished or artificially altered. The scratches on a circulated coin are part of its story and reflect its role in the economic life of the country during that period. The year 1950 was a time of growth and change in the United States. The country was entering a new phase after World War II, and people were adjusting to post-war life. The economy was improving and the middle class was growing. Coins from this era were used in stores, markets, schools, and homes across the country. A penny from 1950 may have been used to buy candy, toys, or a newspaper. Holding one today offers a direct connection to that era and the people who lived through it. Even with scratches on the front side, the 1950 Lincoln wheat penny remains a meaningful piece of numismatic history. It may not bring the highest market value, but its worth lies in its connection to the past and the role it played in everyday life. Collectors understand that every coin has a story, and coins like this one reflect the hands that held them, the pockets they traveled in, and the lives they touched. While most coins in this condition will not sell for high amounts, those with strong collector appeal or special features can still bring surprising results. Some coins that appear ordinary at first glance turn out to have unique characteristics that make them stand out. This is why every coin deserves a second look and careful attention. A scratch on the surface does not erase the history it represents. 1947 Lincoln Wheat Penny Coin without mint mark condition black shade. This coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not use a mint mark during this period. It belongs to the long-running Lincoln Wheat cent series that started in 1909 and remained in circulation until 1958. The 1947 issue is part of the post-World War II era production and was struck using the standard copper composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. With a mintage of over 190 million coins from Philadelphia alone, the 1947 Lincoln Wheat Penny is considered a common date in the series, but specific conditions and features can make individual coins more collectible or visually unique. The obverse design features a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust" at the top, "Liberty" to the left, and the year 1947 on the right. Since there is no mint mark below the date, this confirms the coin was minted in Philadelphia. The reverse features the familiar wheat ears design, with the words 1 cent and United States of America centered between the two curved stalks. Above the central text is the motto "E pluribus unum," meaning "out of many one." This reverse design was used on all Lincoln cents until 1958 and is popular among collectors for its simplicity and connection to early 20th century coin design. This specific coin shows a black shade across its surface, which is typically caused by natural environmental exposure over many decades. Toning like this is the result of oxidation and other chemical reactions between the copper surface of the coin and air moisture or contaminants in its storage environment. The black tone may cover the entire coin or appear in patches depending on how the coin was stored. While not part of the original design, this toning gives the coin a unique character and appeal, especially to collectors who appreciate naturally aged coins with visible history on their surface. In fine condition with black toning, this 1947 penny likely circulated for some time before being stored or collected. A coin in fine condition retains clear visible details of Lincoln's portrait, including his jawline and some hair definition, though much of the finer texture may be worn. The wheat stalks on the reverse will also show wear with major outlines visible, but much of the interior detail smooth from handling. The black toning adds another visual element, but does not necessarily affect the structural integrity of the coin unless accompanied by corrosion or pitting. Although the 1947 penny in this condition is not considered rare, its toning gives it a distinctive look that sets it apart from typical red or brown coins of the same year. Black-toned coins are often considered part of a toned or environmentally influenced subset of collecting. Some collectors are specifically interested in assembling sets of toned coins with different colors, patterns, and shades. This makes even common date coins more desirable when they exhibit eye-catching or unusual toning patterns. The black shade on this penny adds a layer of natural artistry created by time and conditions rather than by minting machinery. In recent years, some black-toned Lincoln cents have been offered in specialty auctions where they attract interest from collectors who value originality and visual contrast. Although coins in good or fine condition do not usually bring premium prices on their own, black-toned examples with sharp detail intact and even surfaces may command more attention. While this coin may not reach the high auction values seen in top mint state examples, which can range from $500,000 to $700,000 for pristine red uncirculated coins with no flaws, it still has value as a collectible. For its historical character and natural appearance, collectors who seek out toned coins often appreciate the fact that no two toned coins are exactly alike. Each black shaded coin is the result of specific environmental interactions that shaped its color and texture over decades. This uniqueness gives toned coins a kind of fingerprint, making them special in a way that standard copper red coins may not be. The black shade on a 1947 penny especially, it is smooth and evenly spread, can enhance its display value in a collection that aims to showcase the full range of coin aging and transformation. This coin also reflects the larger story of the post-war era in American coinage. By 1947, the United States was transitioning from wartime to peacetime industries. The economy was growing, the population was shifting, and the demand for small change like pennies remained high. Coins minted in this year were widely circulated across the country in all kinds of daily transactions. They were carried in pockets, used in vending machines, and placed in cash registers. This widespread use contributes to the worn condition of most surviving examples, including this one. For new collectors, a black shaded 1947 Lincoln wheat penny provides an excellent opportunity to study both design and environmental effects on coins. It offers lessons in coin preservation, historical context, and grading. It also introduces collectors to the concept of eye appeal, which plays a significant role in coin valuation, even when technical grade is modest. A well-toned coin that looks appealing and has uniform color can sometimes draw more collector attention than a higher-grade coin with poor visual presentation. Storing a coin like this requires care to preserve its toning and prevent further damage. The coin should not be cleaned, as cleaning removes original surfaces and lowers numismatic value. It should be stored in a stable non-acidic holder in a cool, dry environment to protect it from further chemical changes. Keeping the coin as found respects its natural history and maintains its originality. Next up we have 1935 Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark. This coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which during that time did not place any mint mark on 1-cent coins. The 1935 Lincoln wheat penny belongs to the classic wheat cent series that ran from 1909 until 1958. These coins are some of the most collected in the history of United States coinage because of their historic design, copper composition, and widespread use during key decades of the 20th century. The obverse of the coin features a right-facing portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. The design was created by Victor David Brenner and marked the first time a real American person appeared on regular issue coinage. Above Lincoln's head are the words "In God We Trust." The word liberty appears to the left and the date 1935 appears to the right. Since this example does not carry a mint mark, it confirms that it was struck in Philadelphia. The reverse of the coin carries the denomination 1 cent in bold letters followed by United States of America. Along the top rim is the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, and two curved wheat stalks run up the sides framing the central text. This reverse design gives the wheat penny its widely recognized name. The 1935 penny was produced using a metal composition of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. It weighs around 3.1 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. It was a coin that played a significant role in the day-to-day economy of the country during a period of recovery from the Great Depression. In 1935, pennies were an essential part of transactions and their purchasing power was much greater than it is today. The coin described here is in circulated condition. Circulated means it was used in public and private transactions and has passed through many hands. Circulated coins often show signs of wear, including smoothing of details, loss of luster, and minor marks from contact with other coins. On this 1935 penny, the details of Lincoln's hair and facial features are likely worn down. The lettering might still be readable, but may appear soft or faded. On the reverse side, the wheat ears may have lost their fine inner lines, and the surfaces might show wear or small nicks. Even in circulated condition, this coin has value because of its age, history, and collector interest. While the Philadelphia Mint produced over 245 million pennies in 1935, making the date itself fairly common, the number of coins that have survived in good collectible shape has declined over the decades. As a result, even circulated examples are of interest to collectors who are putting together complete year sets or building a timeline of United States cents. A 1935 penny in average circulated condition may not reach high prices in the collector market unless it carries a special feature such as an error or unique color. However, some examples in perfect mint state condition with full red color, strong strike, and no damage have been certified by grading services and sold for very high prices. In private collections and rare coin auctions, those top-grade coins have reached between $500,000 and $700,000. These values are based on rarity, condition, and market demand for best-in-class examples. Collectors of wheat pennies often begin with circulated coins because they are more affordable and still rich in history. A 1935 penny like this one allows collectors to hold a real piece of American history that was used during the era of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the New Deal, and early signs of economic recovery. In 1935, a penny could buy small items like a loaf of bread or a ride on a city streetcar. These coins passed through the pockets of workers' families and shopkeepers during a pivotal time in national history. Some 1935 pennies are also known to have minor minting errors, such as die cracks, die clashes, or off-center strikes. These errors increase collector interest and can raise the value of a coin well above its normal range, even in circulated condition. Collectors who specialize in error coins carefully inspect every coin for such signs and catalog them for their uniqueness. A coin that appears ordinary at first may turn out to have special features if studied closely under magnification. Original surfaces and natural aging are preferred by collectors. Cleaning or polishing a coin can remove important details and significantly reduce its appeal and value. A circulated 1935 penny that shows natural color and wear is often worth more than one that has been scrubbed or altered. Scratches and minor flaws are expected in circulated coins, but they add to the authenticity of the piece and mark its journey through time. In educational settings, coins like the 1935 penny are used to teach students about economics, history, metallurgy, and design. They represent more than money. They represent a specific time, place, and way of life. They connect us to earlier generations and remind us how everyday objects carry deep meaning. A coin from 1935 may have been used by a factory worker, a student, a mother buying groceries, or a child saving for a toy. In collector communities, circulated coins are shared, traded, and displayed with great pride. A 1935 penny can be part of a coin folder, album, or display case that tells the story of American coinage year by year. Even a coin with wear has a role to play in that story and offers an opportunity to learn and explore further. Some collectors specialize in wheat pennies and seek out all date and mint mark combinations. For them, every coin has purpose and value. Next up we have 1941 Lincoln wheat penny coin without mint mark, condition fine. This coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, as shown by the lack of a mint mark beneath the date on the front of the coin. It is a part of the long-running Lincoln wheat cent series, which was first introduced in 1909 and continued until 1958. The coin was designed by Victor David Brenner and became one of the most recognized and collected coins in United States history. The obverse features the bust of President Abraham Lincoln facing right, while the reverse is decorated with two wheat ears curved along the sides of the coin. These wheat ears give the coin its familiar nickname among collectors. In 1941, the United States was on the brink of entering World War II, and millions of Lincoln wheat pennies were being struck to support the growing demand for coinage. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 887 million Lincoln pennies that year. Because of this high mintage, the 1941 penny is widely available even today in a variety of conditions. Coins in fine condition, such as the one described here, are common yet still appreciated for their age and detail. A fine condition coin typically shows light to moderate wear on both sides. On the obverse, the details of Lincoln's hair, jaw, and coat will be worn down slightly, but all major design elements are still present and easy to identify. The words "In God We Trust" are clearly visible across the top, while the word "Liberty" is to the left of Lincoln's profile, and the date 1941 is located to the right. The surface of the coin may be smooth in high areas, but the basic form of Lincoln's image remains sharp and complete. On the reverse side, the wheat ears on each edge will show some wear, but much of the structure remains intact. The words "1 cent" and United States of America remain clear and well-defined. The small text of E pluribus unum may appear worn in places, but is still readable. Overall, the coin retains most of its key design features and is a good example of a circulated coin that has aged well over time. Although common in quantity, the 1941 penny in fine condition has collectible value due to its historical significance. It represents a time in America when coinage was playing an active role in daily commerce during one of the most important eras of the 20th century. People used coins like this every day to buy groceries, newspapers, bus rides, and other goods. It circulated in stores, markets, and pockets across the country, giving it a direct connection to the lives of those who lived through a dramatic period in world history. Some collectors specifically seek out coins from wartime years, including 1941, because they reflect the social and economic conditions of the time. Even though the United States did not officially enter the war until December of that year, the economy was already mobilizing and the demand for coins was rising. This penny may have played a small part in that massive movement supporting transactions on the home front as the country prepared for conflict. While most 1941 pennies in fine condition do not command high prices, there are exceptions for coins with special qualities. A coin with a strong strike, excellent color, or a minting error can be worth much more. Some 1941 Lincoln cents are known to have doubled dies or other variations that increase their desirability. Even a small detail like a slightly rotated die or a punched date can raise collector interest and value. At the highest levels, coins from 1941 in mint state red condition have sold for large amounts at auction. Rare certified examples graded mint state 67 red or higher have reached values from $500,000 to over $700,000. These coins are extremely rare and represent the best preserved pieces from that year. While a coin in fine condition like the one described here would not reach those figures, it is still part of the same important series and holds a place in the broader collector market. Collectors value coins like this for more than just rarity. The appeal of a fine condition coin lies in its balance of age, detail, and wear. It shows the passage of time without losing its identity or charm. For new collectors, it offers an accessible and meaningful piece of numismatic history. For experienced collectors, it adds depth and variety to a set of Lincoln wheat cents by showing what coins looked like after years of use. Proper storage is important to preserve the current condition of the coin. Although it is already circulated, placing it in a holder or album can protect it from further wear and environmental damage. It should not be cleaned or polished, as this can remove the natural surface and reduce its collector value. The fine wear on the coin is part of its story and should be preserved as it is. Next up, we have 1945 Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark. This coin was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which during that time did not place mint marks on pennies. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny is a classic example of mid-20th century United States coinage and forms part of the long-running Lincoln wheat cent series, which was minted from 1909 to 1958. The design of this coin was created by Victor David Brenner, who originally introduced it in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse of the coin features a right-facing portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. Above the portrait is the inscription, "In God We Trust." To the left side is the word liberty, and to the right side is the date 1945. Since there is no mint mark under the date, it confirms that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. On the reverse side of the coin, the words 1 cent and United States of America appear boldly in the center. Surrounding them on either side are two wheat stalks, which give the coin its nickname wheat penny. At the top edge of the reverse side is the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, which means out of many one. This 1945 penny is composed primarily of copper. The specific alloy used was 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. It weighs approximately 3.1 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. These coins were made in large quantities to support a growing wartime and post-war economy. Despite the high mintage, these coins remain popular with collectors due to their connection to a significant period in American history. The coin described here is in circulated condition and has some scratches. A circulated coin is one that has been used in everyday transactions and has passed through many hands over the years. As a result of regular use, the surfaces show wear and may include marks from contact with other coins or objects. On this particular coin, the scratches are visible and likely located on the obverse or front side. These scratches may appear across Lincoln's face, his coat, or in the open areas of the coin. The amount and location of wear along with the scratches affect the coin's overall eye appeal and collectability. Even with surface flaws, this coin remains valuable as a historical artifact and as part of a popular collecting series. The year 1945 is significant as it marked the end of World War II. During this time, Americans were working hard to support the war effort and were looking forward to a time of peace and recovery. Coins from this era circulated widely and were used in everyday purchases, including food, clothing, transportation, and more. A 1945 penny would have been worth much more in purchasing power than it is today, making it an essential part of daily life. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 1 billion Lincoln wheat pennies in 1945. This makes it one of the most common dates in the series. However, most of those coins were used heavily, and only a small number have survived in excellent condition. Coins that have been preserved in mint state with full red coloring and no marks are rare and highly desirable, in rare cases top quality. 1945 Lincoln wheat pennies with perfect surfaces have sold for $500,000 to $700,000 to serious collectors. These coins are graded by professional services and represent the best examples known for the year. A coin in circulated condition with some scratches will not bring the highest prices, but still holds value, especially to beginner collectors or those completing year sets. Many collectors appreciate coins with honest wear because they show how the coin was actually used in the economy. Each scratch or worn area tells part of the story of how the coin was handled during a unique period in history. Some coins from 1945 may also have been struck with mint errors, which can increase their value. These errors include double die cracks, off-center strikes, and other unusual features that occurred during the minting process. Even a scratched coin with a recognized error can be worth more than a standard coin without flaws. Careful examination under magnification can sometimes reveal these features and turn a regular coin into a collectible treasure. Collectors usually prefer coins that have not been cleaned or altered. A coin that shows natural wear and age is often more valuable than one that has been polished or treated in an attempt to improve its appearance. The scratches on this coin are likely the result of its journey through circulation and they are acceptable, as long as the coin has not been damaged by harsh cleaning or improper handling. Natural wear helps confirm the coin's authenticity that adds to its historic character. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny serves as a strong reminder of the time in which it was used. It was a time when the nation was united in war and looking toward peace. This coin would have been part of the wages of workers, the savings of families, and the daily exchanges at stores across the country. It connects us to those who lived during that era and gives us a tangible way to understand the values and struggles of the time.